So, okay, so Maura was mentioning the throwaway vote, right? And how odd it was that she used that and then all of a sudden she's suspicious for Rob. Now to me, she should be thinking Rob is a traitor because where's this coming from? Why is Candace all of a sudden doing that? Like they keep mentioning that the throwaway vote was weird, and then now she's suspecting Rob. That should be telling you Rob is a traitor. So then Candace says she has another question for Rob. And she says, you mentioned Lisa's name to her. And then Colton was mentioning Lisa, and she was like, could you have been like basically planting a seed to Colton? And the whole Rob has been like drinking water like crazy. Like I don't understand why people don't find that suspicious. Like he looks nervous at the round table. He's just feverishly drinking water. So Candace is making a good argument. She's like, were you feeding Colton information or whatever? I just think people really love Rob, so they're just not really because Candace was she was doing pretty good. Now the reason she's in this position though is because I feel like she didn't play it right. She with the whole being showing Rob how pissed she was at him, but she is doing a good job here. You know how there's people that are kind of quiet or just have a personality that you just have this you just kind of have this preconceived notion about them, and then if they do something out of pocket, nobody believes it. Like if you tell them, well, so and so did this, and they're like, no, no, no way, it's not so and so. I think that's what's happening here with Rob. Like he's just so likable, he's kind of quiet and laid back that no one would ever believe he would be a traitor, which is crazy because this is a game. But I think that's what's happening here with Rob and Candace kind of losing the fight here. So it's time to vote, and Alan comes out and asks if anyone wants whoever has the dagger, if they want to use it. Well, Rob has it. He says he's not going to use it. He doesn't think he needs to use it. He said he's a little nervous, but he doesn't think he needs to use it because there are 4 or 5 people at the round table that know he have it. He has it, and he doesn't think they want to go against him. I was surprised he didn't use it. So they vote, they start the vote, and Johnny votes for Candace. And it was really hard for him, but this was the look on her face when he voted for her. Everybody voted for Candace except Natalie, who voted for Tara because she, she feels like Tara threw her name out there, which is funny because I feel like Natalie is playing her own little game. So Candace gets up and she tells them she's a traitor. And but I don't know if anybody notices, but when she gave Rob a look, she glanced over at Rob for a minute. I don't know if anybody caught that, but before she left or before she did her speech, she stood up there. She looked at Rob. She did right there. She was glancing at Rob, and it wasn't a quick glance either. So anyway, she told him she was a traitor. The room erupted and yay and all that. Poor Johnny, he's devastated. He can't believe it. So Rob knows that he's going to be in trouble because he did mention those 2 votes from Candace. It's only a matter of time before somebody's going to start looking at him, which is, if they're smart, they will. So now Rob's in the kitchen laying the groundwork for Johnny to make Johnny look like he's a traitor. This right here, Stephen, or not Stephen, but Eric and Kristen are talking, and they're saying, how when the traders leave, sometimes they leave a clue, but this one, there was no clues, even though Candace wrote down Rob's name, and she's like, oh, it can't be Rob, not Rob, that sweet, sweet man. I'm like, girl. So, okay, Rob's in the turret, and in comes Alan, and he tells him he needs to blackmail. So he's kind of running the scenarios, Rob is, to why, or the pros and cons as to why he should recruit certain people and ones that he shouldn't. So he makes a decision. He wants to recruit Eric, and Eric's all over the place. He doesn't know what to do, what he should do. So Eric walks down to meet who the traitor is. Rob reveals himself. This is Eric's reaction. Now, I'm sure he's going to say yes, of course, right? Because the alternative is to die and then you'll be off the show. I do remember, I think it was Traders New Zealand. It was either New Zealand or Australia. But one guy, he chose to die. He said, "You are not about to recruit me and then use me to get thrown under the bus." And that was wild. So he just left the game, and he didn't fall for that. So I'm pretty sure that Eric is going to say yes. But we'll see what happens next week.